Hello everyone, pleasant good day to you again. Chef Huie here with another recipe that I would like to share with you. Today I'm going to be making eggplant parmesan. Yes, you're probably saying, hey chef, but that's not vegan, it has cheese in there. Well, yep, that's true, but guess what? It's going to be vegan. I have vegan cheese. Let's get into today's recipe. I have here a lovely eggplant. I'm going to peel the eggplant. I'm going to season it. I'm going to flour it. And then I'm going to bread it. I have my fryer here ready. It's my same skillet here. I use it for everything. There's some oil in there and I have it on low heat. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the eggplant. So I'm going to peel the eggplant. And if you have a peeler, you could use it, or good old knife is still the best way to go, because sometimes the eggplant is a little bit soft and it's not, and if your peeler is, especially if your peeler is not very sharp, it could give you a little bit of problem. But I just want to let you know that's an option. But for me, I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm just going to do half of this eggplant. I'm just going to do half. I'm going to peel it by hand. Peeling the eggplant. Now I'm going to slice the eggplant. I'm going to slice it the round. Okay, so you're going to have round slices. So here we have 4 nice cuts and a small piece to the hand that we're going to be working with. So before I go any further, I'm going to slip my gloves on. And again, so we have flour. This is seasoning. I'm going to season the eggplant. This is flour. And I have some liquid here. It's called aquafaba. It's the liquid that I drain from my canned vegetables like chickpeas or red beans. You could save that vegetable, or you could just use some water, since we're not going to use any eggs. Usually we would use some eggs and maybe a little milk, and we would dip the eggplant in and then bread it. But since we're 100% vegan, we're not going to do that. Everything is going to be plant-based today. So I'm going to go ahead and season my eggplant. Eggplant is seasoned. I'm going to sit it right there. And again, when you're doing it at home, or anytime you decide to try my recipe, soak your eggplant a little bit in some water before you season, and it's gonna soften up the eggplant and let it absorb the seasoning a little bit more. So my eggplant is seasoned. So now that my eggplant is nicely seasoned, and if you like, you could always put a little seasoning in your flour. Anytime when you're breading, whether you're using flour or breadcrumbs, you could always put a little seasoning in there. That means as you go along and you season, only thing is going to happen is that your food is going to be very tasty. So there we go. My breadcrumbs is already seasoned. So we're going to flour our eggplant. I'm going to sit it there just for a second. Flour, eggplant, flour, both sides. You want to flour it very good. And What we're doing here, we're preparing the eggplant, so when we put it in the bread, we want the breadcrumbs to actually stick onto the eggplant. And just so you know, this is the exact same procedure for chicken parmesan. So you could take this exact recipe, you could change the eggplant with chicken instead, and change the cheese and make it regular cheese, and you have chicken parmesan. But of course, today it's all about the plant based. So now that I have breaded them, we have seasoned it and breaded it. I'm gonna dip it in my liquid here. So what we're doing now, the bread that we put on it is wet, and so this is gonna allow the breadcrumbs to stick onto the eggplant and coat the eggplant. And if you think it didn't coat it very well, you could actually do it again. You could actually a little bit more, put it again in the water, and put some more breadcrumbs. And so I'm gonna bread all 5 pieces, and then I'll just put them in the fryer all at the same time. So here we go again. So we make sure they're well breaded, and we put it in our aquafaba, and then we shake off the excessive water, and now we're breading. And of course, if you was doing a lot more, you would want to use some bigger containers, but since this is only for my demonstration purposes here, I use these small containers. I would like to see a little bit more breading on there, so I put a little more in my flour, dip it again in my liquid over here, shake off the excessive liquid, and back in the breadcrumbs. Now it is nicely breaded. I'm gonna set it over here, back in my liquid, excessive liquid off, in the breadcrumbs. Looking very good so far. Flour, liquid, take off excessive liquid. So, and the last and final one, make sure we have enough flour on there. And once you wet it in this flour, in this liquid, now your breadcrumbs is gonna be sticking on there. It's gonna coat the eggplant or the chicken or whatever you decide to use. Now we have all 5 pieces of our eggplant breaded. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a fresh pair of gloves. And you probably can tell by now that I do not do anything, I don't touch any food without having a glove. It's a good practice, even if you cook it for yourself. But you don't want it to be sitting in the oil, so you want to make sure your temperature is about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. There you go. You could see that it's frying. If you have a little fryer at home, it doesn't hurt, you could use it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to bring this around a little closer, and as you can see, it continues to fry. I just want to take the opportunity to remind you about nutritional spotlight. Today's nutritional spotlight will deal exclusively with eggplant. It's gonna give you all the benefits and drawback as it relates to the eggplant. So maybe it's a good time for us to do our nutritional spotlight. Okay, guys, so the eggplants are fried, they're done, and they look like this. They're looking golden brown and nice. They're ready to eat. But this is just the beginning. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on another new pair of gloves. And here I have some marinara sauce. And I'm gonna have to give you guys a marinara recipe. I'm gonna have to give you a bunch of plant-based recipe. I will do that in another video. But I have some marinara here that I made right here at home. I'm gonna go ahead and put sauce on that. Okay, so now that we have put our marinara sauce on the eggplant, you could put as much as you want, but you probably do not want to put too much because then it's gonna start falling off. But I think what I got here is perfect. And then the next thing I have, folks, is mozzarella cheese. Yes, shredded, plant-based mozzarella cheese. Take a look. So we're gonna open it. I mean, you could use sliced mozzarella as well. They do have plant-based sliced mozzarella where you could just put it over it. But in this, for this purpose, for this recipe, and if I'm gonna use shredded, that way you could pretty much put how much you want on there. And if it's falling over on the side, this is perfect. And just so you know, the plant-based cheese, they won't melt like traditional cheese do. Some of, depends on which brand you're using. Some of them will do melt a little bit. You will see it softens up, but the taste is really good. Especially this particular brand that I'm using here today. I'm gonna show it up to you closer again, so you can take note that when you go to the store you can buy it. Depends on where your location is. I know that in the United States you can get it at Publix, at Walmart, any of these grocery stores. If you're in Jamaica or elsewhere, I am not sure, but you could Google it. Plant-based cheese and plant-based product is very prominent these days, and you shouldn't have too much problems finding plant-based cheese. They even have a plant-based Parmesan that is basically called nutritional yeast. Not a big fan of it, but I'm aware. I've tried it before. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna be putting these in the air fryer. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna sit them. Let me get my spatula to make sure and just pick them up. Put them on the sheet pan there. We have 5 nice eggplant Parmesan. So here we go, guys. That's what it looked like. Now we're gonna put it in the air fryer. You could also do it in the oven. So if you don't have a air fryer, don't worry, no problem. Put it in the oven, check on it. As soon as it softens up, ready to go. Because bear in mind, the eggplant is fully cooked, already fried. So it's all about melting the cheese or softening it up. That's it, guys. Okay, guys, we are here. We're waiting for the eggplant parmesan to be done. It's in the air fryer now for a good 3 to 4 minutes. But I think this air fryer is quite powerful, so I think it's probably done in terms of the cheese. Probably softened up enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look. Wow, guys, this is what we got. It's beautiful. It's spectacular. So we're gonna put it on the plate. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plate up this beautiful eggplant parmesan. I didn't have any fresh basil, so I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some dry ones I have on there. Here you go, guys. Vegan eggplant parmesan. So, how does it taste? We're gonna find out. Excellent. Oh my God. If I ever figure out how to do tasting through the camera, I'll definitely let you know. But until such time, I only can tell you that this is awesome. Well, guys, it was a pleasure bringing you another Chef Huie's spectacular, another Chef Huie exclusive. These are my own recipes. Obviously, it's not my own ideas. I've seen these things prepared in different ways, but the touch you see here today is my own innovation, and that's why we said Chef Huie's culinary innovation. Chef Huie's culinary innovation, because we're not here to follow what other recipe says or do on YouTube or anywhere. We're here to innovate and create trends. And if you notice, this cheese actually melts very well. See, look at this. You'd never believe this was plant-based cheese. So, until the next video, take care of yourself, and you'll see me in the next one.